on the clock. First, I want to thank the 127 people who went before me for stealing my speech tonight. I'll try to pick up the crumbs where I can and add a few points to the discussion. First thing I'd like to talk about, and I've had a pleasure of working with George Gretsas on a lot of different levels, but one level was the business community. There's been some talk amongst the commissioners that the Broward Workshop, who represents 100 of the largest businesses here in Broward County, doesn't support George Gretsas. Just to make sure that this wasn't the case, I called around and I called 25 of them today, as many as I had time to do in my schedule, and all 25 of them supported George Gretsas. The Broward Workshop almost unanimously supports George Gretsas. We respect what you've done. The list of things that you've done for the city have been well documented. We support what you've done for our business. A lot of the decisions you make, George, are very difficult. They're very hard, just as the Commission's decisions are difficult. As a person in the business community likes this commission. I'll tell you that. We're fond. We got a lot of personal friends here. We think that this is a group that can take Fort Lauderdale forward. We were shocked a couple weeks ago that we heard that this decision might go in favor where the city manager would be removed. We have absolutely no idea why we're taking this issue on right now. We're going to be in the middle of one of the most difficult financial years coming up in the history of Fort Lauderdale, and we need an experienced city manager. To steal a favorite quote from a friend of mine, you don't change captains in the middle of a storm. All right, and I think that's probably the bottom line for the business community. Second thing that I'd like to talk about is the concept of a divided commission. We've heard that some commissioners may not support Mr. Gretsas. I realize that's an issue and it makes it difficult to work, but there's a larger issue in this community, and it's the concept of a divided community, not a divided commission. Look at the people who've spoken in favor here. When you look at the people who've spoken in favor, there's two types of people. You have everybody else, and you have the folks who George Gretsas has said no to, that he's not going to pay them more money. All right? And I'll tell you, we love and respect our firemen, and we love and respect our police. But in the business world and for taxpayers, we're having a very, very difficult time. And sometimes when you're city manager and when you're a commissioner, you've got to say no. And no is hard to say. And it's okay to say no. When you do that, and the people, when they have it happen, we can understand how they're unhappy to hear no, but you don't assassinate the character of the city manager. That's inappropriate. You got to take the no with dignity, and you got to understand that every business in America right now has been giving out a lot of no's. I'll tell you, I'm thankful for my employees for the way they've treated me when I reduced their salaries, and I'm thankful when I had to let people go, the grace and dignity that they handled this. And we have a lot of respect. The reality is, if this pension issue, which you've tried to do pension reform, didn't exist, you would not have your job threatened today. And this is a microcosm of what's going on all across the country. You're stealing my last 8 seconds, folks. George, I want to thank you. You've shown great character, and I hope our commission, I know our commission will show the great character to reappoint you. Thank you.